Daphne Snow. I'm from Decatur, Mississippi, which is east central Mississippi, and I work for Choctaw Fresh Produce in Philadelphia, Mississippi, and I am the farm manager.
So where are we?
We are in Choctaw, Mississippi, on the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians Reservation in east central Mississippi.
So what did we do here today?
Okay. Today we hosted a field day and partnered with the Alabama Sustainable Agricultural Network, the National Center for Appropriate Technology, and we also had Tree Ladies Nursery, Texas Tested Seed, and Choctaw Fresh Produce in attendance.
Was there any moment from today that stuck out to you as something like particularly impactful or meaningful to you?
We've hosted a lot of field days at this farm, and this was the first time I would say all the presenters were female. And to me, that was very impactful because I think a lot of people think of farming and they think men, and there's a lot more women farming and women that run farms than people understand. And seeing two women that were in their 70s that have farmed their whole life pretty much, that's very powerful and impactful. And to see that they're 70 plus years old and they're still farming, and the knowledge they have is just awesome.
Can you speak a little bit to that, the importance of sustainable and organic farming and what that means to us right now?
Yes, I have to start out by saying I've always had a passion for organic farming. I grew up in Mississippi, and I grew up with a family that farmed what you would say conventionally. So my whole life as a kid, I knew they sprayed pesticides, I knew they put different chemicals and on the vegetables, and as I got older and I saw different things that it caused, it opened my eyes. So I had to go away from the way I was raised to farm, and being in Mississippi and trying to be an organic farmer was extremely difficult. People they didn't believe in it. They kind of thought it was a crazy concept when actually it's just naturally farming. I mean, it's just growing it the natural way. To me, that is the important part of it, is that you're doing it the right way when you farm organically. And then if you add sustainability, that's like the icing on the cake, because it's like you're really doing everything the right way. You're leaving something for generations to come. You're not having to always add to the soil. You have healthy soil that's going to be producing even for, the next generations. And I think that's very important now, especially right now with the climate change, with the things that are going on with policy and funding for farming. It's going to become more and more important. And that's what I try to teach to my crew members and to anybody I come in contact with, is that your food has to come from somewhere. And if the farmers are all going out of business, where's your food going to come from if you're not growing it yourself? I'm in my 50s, so when I grew up, we filled 3 freezers of food that we grew ourselves. And we grew our own meat, vegetables, everything. So it doesn't seem like that long ago. From the time I was born until I was 15, we were growing everything ourselves. And now you barely see anybody doing it. And I think it's very sad, and I think it's going to have to get back to that.
And then for those of us who might not be super familiar with like sustainable farming, organic farming as a concept as opposed to traditional farming, can you give us a quick definition of what sustainable and organic farming is?
Through the years of being a certified organic farm, you pretty much learn and understand that organic farming is farming without synthetic chemicals. Sustainable is, to me, working with nature. You do things like nature would do it. So, instead of fighting it or doing things that are going to harm the natural elements around you.
How does organic farming sustain us today?
I think organic farming sustains us because for us to be sustained, certain insects and animals have to be sustained. So when you're not organic and you're spraying and you're killing everything versus certain things, you're killing pollinators, you're killing the good bugs. And when the good bugs are gone and the good bees are gone, then I think we'll be gone. I think the importance of organic farming goes back also to people's health. I read an article that stated that if you grow up on or near a golf course, you're more likely to get cancer. And a lot of that is due to a golf course sprays more pesticides and herbicides than any other place, like even more than farms, because they're trying to maintain the perfect grass. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of chemicals are sprayed at a golf course. So if we're living around that and we know there's proof that there's a greater chance you're going to get cancer, also in areas where there's large farms or, farming is the main business in that area, more people get cancer. So even if you're not organic, just researching and knowing and not spraying the things that really harm nature, to me is like one of the most important things you can do in farming.
How do you think that sustainable farming today will set us up for the future?
I think sustainable farming today, again, you're creating a healthy soil, and I think that's the only way you can sustain farming in the future. I mean, so many people want to grow in, like, it's almost fake farming. Like, if you don't have farms that are really growing and really taking care of the soil and the earth, where's the food going to come from? I mean, you can't make fake food, so it's like you have to have a sustainable way. You can't just look at it as I'm here today and I'm going to farm and do what I have to do to get the production I need today. You've got to look at it like, I got to make sure that this soil is going to help people 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You still have to be able to grow in that location. And so many areas are over farmed. And we have land here that was used for conventional farming prior to us taking over the farming part of it. And the soil was just unhealthy. I mean, it was like a unhealthy person. And even in 10 years, we're still trying to bring it back to a healthy soil. So if you start off being sustainable, I think it can only get better. Right now, Choctaw Fresh only produces vegetables and some fruit, but in the future, you could expand it. They have lands that they could use to, grow their own cows, grow their own pork, grow their own chicken in a sustainable way. Get back to nature growing all this. And that has been my part of wanting Choctaw Fresh to grow and for the tribal members to understand and see how important it is. And I hope that we convey that, and not just, especially the crew members that work alongside me. I hope they understand how important their job is and what they're actually doing, and that they have pride every time they look at the tunnels or the products that we produce.